Warning: the following broadcast contains strong opinions, playful antics, and controversial topics causing off-the-rails fun. Chances for being offended are higher than average for sensitive people. Viewer discretion is not advised. Live a little and have some fun.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Coach's Box Call Like We See It podcast. This is the 243rd of these things, and we're still doing them, and we're still here. I'm joined, as you can see, to whichever side. I'm going to point that way. I was right. Good, because it's backwards if I point it that way. This way for me, that way for you. But I'm joined by these two guys, Jason Jarvis, Jim Powers. Fellas, I'm going to make you all a little bit bigger. That's a joke, because, you know,
that isn't hard.
It's not a joke because I'm nice like that. But fellas, how we doing tonight?
Doing good.
Not everybody
doing
wants.
good.
There we go.
Hey, I got the big day. Big school day starts tomorrow for me. I'm doing great.
Yeah,
day number one for me. So
I don't know what that's all about. I just have all of our media days this week, so it's been fun putting all those together in the sack.
Big leader of the sack.
Leader of the sack, not leader of the pack, leader of the sack. Love it.
So then finish up tomorrow with our football media day. So it was a lot of fun talking it over with our conference football coaches. Jarvis, how's football practice been going for you at Crystal?
It's been great. It's always you change places, and it was a refreshing homecoming, and there's a lot of people at Crystal that I either taught or have taught with or even coached. 3 guys on the staff I coached back in the day, and the new superintendent at Crystal City, I coached her in basketball and also taught her, and so it's been kind of a homecoming of sorts, and it's been actually refreshing. And our new head coach, Craig Collins, I'm going to do a shout out to him. He came in from Osceola. He's originally from Oklahoma. I'll tell you what, he's a former Marine, and just a positive vibe, man, and some good things going on there. We got a lot of returners coming back, and practice has been great, and we got some good leadership out of some kids, and should be a good time.
Awesome. Well, we're going to get into some high school stuff later on, so that'll be a lot of fun to hear.
Yeah, I'll brag about us a little more then.
Yeah, absolutely. So we ready to get into it, boys, on what our agenda is for the evening?
Absolutely, Jim. Let's rock and roll.
Yeah, agenda man. Since McVey ain't here, you got to.
Yeah, McVey's got some stuff that he has to take care of, and I'm sure he's watching.
He's on assignment. Him and Kevin are on assignment tonight. So
they're on important assignments.
Very important assignments.
Very important.
Let's talk about quarterbacks. And when I say quarterbacks, I'm going to start with the NFL, and then we're going to go. By the way, Jarvis, you see what hat I'm wearing tonight? I'm repping Mizzou tonight.
Are you okay? Like, really?
I'm fine.
I'm gonna have to go upstairs and get my grass cutting hat. It's Ohio State.
I would love that. But no, let's talk about quarterbacks. We'll talk about the NFL first. And I have no idea what the Browns are doing. I mean, they've got like 9 quarterbacks in their quarterback room right now. They named Flacco as QB1. They picked up Kenny Pickett. Then they drafted Gabriel. Then they drafted Sanders. Then they got Huntley back as a quarterback, as a camp arm. What are they doing? In what direction do they go? I mean, Sanders looked really good in his game against I think it was Carolina, I believe it was, and then Gabriel didn't do a bad job in this game on Saturday. Now that pass he forced into the window that got picked off for a touchdown.
He was a little shaky, in my opinion, but
he wouldn't go downfield. He wouldn't. But here's the thing, though. Pickett's been ruled out already for their last preseason game because of a hamstring. So he's not even going to take a snap during the preseason. I think they said Flacco's going to play a quarter on Saturday, and then they'll turn it over to Gabriel and Sanders. I mean, their depth chart still has Flacco 1, Pickett 2, Gabriel 3, and Shakir 4. What are they going to do? I mean, you're not going to carry 4 quarterbacks. I haven't heard of an NFL team ever to carry 4 quarterbacks.
Well, they're stupid. Yeah, and they still have your favorite, guy that likes to visit masseuse.
Oh, he's still on the IR. I think here's what I think is going to happen with Watson. I think once he comes off the IR, I think they're just going to waive him. They're going to give him his unconditional and just say that failed thing. Goodbye. That's my opinion on that.
So Jim, what you're saying is when Deshaun Watson gets off of the IR, and he gets off, they're going to say bye-bye. Okay.
Yep, when he gets off the IR.
Gets off the IR.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I know. He's getting off the IR.
The IR.
He's done.
He's going to get off.
Here's the thing, IR. Jim, and you made a very good question. You said, what are they doing? Nobody knows because they're the Cleveland Browns. You've got 5 guys on your roster, including Captain Rub and Tug, Deshaun Watson. And nobody wants him.
That's 6.
And then they sign Huntley to make 6. So you've got one guy nobody wants, which is Watson. You picked up Huntley because Kenny Pickett's been hurt, which I understand you needed a camp arm from a guy because you've got 4 other dudes there. You don't need anybody else. The talk is that I've researched on this is 53 still on the roster, correct? It's a 53-man roster.
It screws your whole roster up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And why, when you traded for Pickett, did you decided that you were going to go ahead and draft 2 more quarterbacks and have Joe Flacco? And you still have Watson, who's the guy who's been hurt, which I think they will say, see you later. I mean, there's no sense in keeping him around. Too much of a problem. He's not helping you. He hasn't proven he's done anything except draw negative attention to your team, and he's a black hole of money. So it doesn't make any sense. I also don't understand why they. For me, I'll just finish with this. Pickett's not playing this whole preseason, whatever, because he's been hurt. Even starting Flacco when you traded for Pickett is like this, let's play it safe. They actually think they have a chance to win. It's the only reason that Joe Flacco is QB1. It's the only reason they brought him, because they think they can win and he can bridge to Pickett. If they get anything out of the other 2, they're trade pieces or something, or they're just depth. Let's see what we get. In my opinion, Sanders has outplayed Gabriel, and they got to both be higher than Pickett. And why the hell are you signing Huntley? Again, it's the Browns. Nobody's ever done it because it doesn't make any sense, but they're the Cleveland Browns. Nobody ever signed a quarterback to a full contract of guaranteed money ever until the Cleveland Browns did it. There's the problem.
I saw a great TikTok. It was from Isaac Rochelle, I think is his name. He's a former Charger, a former Cleveland Brown.
Yep, I've seen it.
And he said, no offense to the Cleveland Browns, because they paid his bills for a year, but his TikTok was spot on. It's like, dude, what are you doing? You can't keep 4 quarterbacks, your roster. He goes, people like he was, like a guy that he started games, but was a practice, like he's been a practice player, but started 5 and 6 and 7 games. You can't keep people like that on your rosters if you're keeping 4 quarterbacks. And guys, I don't care what anyone says. Sanders is the best quarterback on the roster. Flacco, yes, okay. Dude, I get it. That you don't bring him in unless he's going to be the starter. So they brought him in, he's the starter. But week 5 or 6, he's not going to be the starter. He's not. And Pickett's hurt. So, but the Huntley thing, it makes no sense. That this franchise has screwed up so many quarterbacks.
Oh,
You
yeah.
just want to type in Cleveland Brown quarterbacks and look at all the good quarterbacks that they got that were highly rated. And by the time they were done in Cleveland, they were done.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Jason, you're exactly right. And I struggle with number one. You sign Pickett, and then you pick Gabriel. Okay, why didn't you take Sanders? You don't want to pay him 3rd-round money? Okay, but now you've set yourself up for backlash any direction that you go. I mean, there's still people that are saying when they came out with their depth chart and Sanders was number 4 on the depth chart, there's still people going off the rocker. If Sanders doesn't play within the first 3 games, that city is going to be on fire. And I'm not talking about when the Cuyahoga River caught on fire back in the 70s.
Did it really?
I mean, yeah, it did. It did, actually.
The old man has spent some history.
Was there smoke on the water?
There was smoke on the water. In the flats,
Fire in the
actually.
sky? Okay.
Fire in the sky. But, I mean, it's
purple.
just, yes. It's mind-boggling. And I'm going to go back to what Jason said. If you keep 4 quarterbacks, you just cut a position in your depth chart from another position. And I'm telling you right now, I will say this. Cleveland's offensive line and defensive line is pretty good. They're still waiting to see if Judkins is going to get suspended from the league. His legal stuff is over with. Now they got to wait and see if the league is going to suspend him. So you don't know what's going to happen with Judkins. So there's a spot right there. They need depth in their linebackers and in their secondary. They need extra bodies there. They don't need a 4th quarterback. And this is just a typical in the last 20 years. And it pains me because as much as I hate Art Modell for moving that franchise, at least the organization was run the right way. And even when they came back, when Ozzie Newsome was on the leadership group, it was run the right way. And over the last 20 years, it is completely nosedived. And it's a joke.
And the problem is they have a good nucleus. They got a good team.
Yeah.
And the spot that they need is quarterback. And why would you muffle it and screw it up as bad as they have? I just don't understand it. You got to pick somebody and you got to go with it.
Well, do you understand? Somebody put out they're like, okay, so everybody's talking about the draft already for next year. Somebody put up on Good Morning Football this morning, which I absolutely love that show. It is so much fun to watch. But somebody had on their draft board that Cole Klubnik from Clemson was going to be the number 1 pick going to Cleveland. Now, number 1, I don't think Cleveland's going to get the number 1 pick unless they got it in one of these goofy trades that they've made. But they're saying that Cleveland's going to go after a quarterback next year. What in the absolute hell are you thinking?
Well, again, I can't stress this enough. They're the Browns, Jim.
Yes, I know that.
Okay, since they came back into the league, they have had 40 different starting quarterbacks. 40 since 1999. So how many years?
It all started with Eric Couch.
Tim Couch. Eric
Tim
Crouch
Couch.
got
Tim
destroyed to the point where the Rams were going to try and make him into a wide receiver, and that didn't work out.
Yeah, that failed miserably.
Yeah, that was not a bad fourth-round draft pick. So 40. How many years ago was 1999? I can't do the math. I'm a math teacher. Sorry, I'm
26.
Okay.
26.
So 26 years, they have started 40 different quarterbacks.
Well,
how insane is that?
Here's some of the names: Tim Couch, Ty Detmer, Doug Peterson, Spurgeon Wynn, Tim Couch again, Kelly Holcomb, Tim Couch.
Kelly Holcomb won a playoff game.
Yeah, he did.
Jeff Garcia, Luke McCowan, Kelly Holcomb again, Trent Dilfer, Charlie Fry. I mean,
And the list just goes on.
Derek Anderson, Brady Quinn, Ken Dorsey, Bruce Gradowski, Brady Quinn again, Colt McCoy, Seneca Wallace. Oh, Jake Delhomme. Sorry, I skipped him. Colt McCoy again, Seneca Wallace again, Brandon Whedon, Jason Campbell, Brian Hoyer, Johnny Manziel, Connor Shaw, Josh McCowan, Austin Davis, Cody Kessler,
wait for the franchise quarterback they
Robert Griffin the third, Josh McCowan, Deshaun Kisler, Kevin Hogan, Baker Mayfield.
There he is.
Tyrod Taylor, Baker Mayfield, Casey Keenum. Oh, yeah, Casey Keenum too. Nick Mullins. Man, that sounds like a beer opening. Jacob Brissett, Deshaun Watson, Joe Flacco, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, PJ Walker, Jeff Driscoll, Jameson Winston, Deshaun Watson, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, and Bailey Zapp.
Yeah. Zappy. So
Zappy, whatever.
So they have had
a list.
They have had every great college football quarterback that's ever slung it, and one good NFL quarterback that you just named. Bailey Zappi has like either the yards or the touchdown record in the NCAA. And all those guys had great college careers. Not a damn one of them has translated to the pros except for one. And they're like,
and they didn't want him.
Yeah,
they didn't want him.
He's a bust. He's a bust. He's got to go.
Yeah.
And was he done? Yeah. What's he done?
Tampa? What has he done? Yeah.
Dude, he went to the Rams and didn't even know the playbook and slung it all over the place in his first game. I've always liked Baker Mayfield. I know
I never have. I didn't like him in college.
Oh, college, I didn't like him. Okay, let me.
I didn't like him in college for obvious reasons.
Yeah, he was at Oklahoma. I mean, I can't.
Plant that flag, baby.
Put the flag. Plant the
flag. He's the one who started it.
In Ohio State.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I do like him. I like him.
Shut up. Shut up.
I knew
great place to plant that flag right in there. I hope whoever Mizzou's quarterback is, if they play Ohio State in a bowl game this year, bam, put that thing in there.
Well, that's not going to happen. But anyway, meanwhile, back to the ranch.
Yeah, back to what counts in life. Okay, the Cleveland Browns.
You're right, Jim, because they're going to play in the national championship game because I picked Mizzou to win it.
So
next,
a guy can dream.
Yeah, we can all dream.
We can all dream,
guys. Look. The fact of the matter is, I mean, Jason went through all these quarterbacks who played for the Browns.
I mean,
every
some
single
fun ones
year.
to watch in college.
I mean, yeah, they were fun then. But guys, look, I mean, what are you trying to do? I mean, this is a franchise that has had 2 playoff appearances, 3 playoff appearances, since 1999. That's it, 3 freaking.
And who led them to their who led them to their last playoff appearance? Joe Flacco.
Yeah,
Mayfield led him to one of their other ones, and Kelly Holcomb was the one who was the quarterback at the time for the other one, and won a playoff game. So, it goes to show you that they
All right, enough about the Browns.
look.
Let's talk about.
Go ahead and let's slide over into the next part. I know where you want to go here.
Can we talk? No, I was just going to say, can we talk about some other quarterback situations? Is there?
Oh yeah, Jim, go ahead and fill us all in here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Cleveland has no stinking clue what they're doing, and honestly, I don't know what Drink's doing at Mizzou right now. He's good. He came out later this afternoon and made the announcement that he's going to play both Tribula and Horn next Thursday night in the opener against Central Arkansas.
They're playing Central Arkansas, though.
Oh, okay, but hear me out real quick. I get that, but you got Kansas the following week. If you were playing a schmuck in week 2, all right, you know what? Have at it. Let them get their game experience.
That wasn't even what I was going to go into, but I'm fine with this subject too. Let's go.
And I mean, you know what? You've had these two guys in camp all spring, all summer, all right now. And you can't make a differential between who your starting quarterback is. That's a problem. That is a problem for them right now.
Well, I think you'll know by who gets the most reps. I think he knows. It's Central Arkansas. It's not going to matter.
I get it. But you got Kansas, who is not going to be horrible. It's the rivalry game.
Here's the thing I don't like about it is Mizzou has been legitimately, they've competed well in the SEC. Okay. We get a quarterback to come to Mizzou. We're paying NIL money to the guy, and then we're going to start Sam Horn, or we may not start you. What's that say to other guys that potentially are going to come? Well, they're not going to want to come to MU if I don't know.
Other thing.
It just kind of muddies up that whole deal to me.
But here's the other thing, Jason. Remember, Horn got drafted by the Dodgers. If Horn doesn't start, I guarantee you by midseason Horn's gone. And he's going to sign that contract.
Well, and I think that's part of this deal too.
Exactly. And I think that decision making is terrible. And once again, I hope Mizzou does really well this year. I'm just not sold on Pribula. I saw him play last year. And guys that have transferred out of the Big Ten into the SEC, how many have been successful at their SEC school? Not many. At all. And because it's a different game.
And maybe that's what Drake got him there and was like, oh crap.
Yeah, exactly.
But then, you're a Mizzou fan like me, and you're going, Sam Horn already lost a quarterback battle to Cook. So what are we doing here? I don't know. I think we're going to really know at Central Arkansas who gets the most reps. We're going to kind of know, but I don't know. It's kind of I know that people have ran with two quarterbacks, but it's just you're not contending for national championships with two quarterbacks very often.
Penn State, they ran with two quarterbacks, but the problem was Pribula was kind of a guy who is a scrambler, a creator, wasn't a pocket guy. Am I wrong here, Jim? You're a Big Ten football watcher.
Pribula was more of he was more the
he's more of a runner, isn't he?
Yeah, he can move the pocket. If a play broke down, he can get upfield. Whereas Drew, the guy that they've got right now, is more of a gunslinger. He's more of a drop back. Let's get it out to the edge, and that's why Penn State's getting all the love nationally right now because James Franklin finally went out and got some receivers. They've got two really good tight ends, and they got Allard. And that opens their offense up in a huge way. And once again, that's where I struggle with Pribula is I don't know if he can throw the ball downfield. I don't know what, because he didn't have to do that a lot for Penn State last year.
But Jim, listen,
When
if you
he
don't,
played.
if you don't have to, you don't have to always throw it. You can just run it in college. I mean, that's the great thing about having these two-way quarterback guys that can dual threat guys that can, they can throw it enough to make you think they can, and then they can take off and run. More than likely, how many teams run one read passing offenses in college? Okay,
Not
there's
many.
not a lot.
Not many at all.
You don't think? First read, then we're gonna. Oh, come on. They absolutely do.
The RPO is not a first read.
You're gonna read to see if the linebacker bites on the run, and then you're throwing the pass. It's run pass option, right? That's your one read. One read.
I don't think so.
One read.
We'll agree to disagree on this one.
That's what we teach our quarterback. You're looking at that linebacker. What's he going to do?
One read.
But
so
in college, it's different.
Okay. So
there's
what I'm saying
reads.
Is, okay, you're looking at the main read. And if you're not a very good thrower, you definitely one read, because we don't want to throw the ball or have you sit back there and have to break down the defense. I felt like Pribula's, when they got him, I'm like, I don't know if this is going to work, because I don't feel like he's a very good fit in what Mizzou does personally, as far as trying to spread the ball around a little bit. But I don't know. I felt like Brady Cook was underwhelming last year. I'm kind of curious to see how things go this year. And Steve Spurrier was successful with two quarterbacks, was he not? You go, Danny Warfel. Danny Warfel. There's a reference.
There you go. Haven't heard that name in a minute.
Nobody has. But last thoughts on this, this quarterback battle. Here's what I think. I think, guys, I really think unless Horn just sucks, I think he's playing. I think he's gonna be QB1 in week 2. Where are we at? Jarvis, where are you at?
Man, it just sends such a bad message if he is. I'm going with the Penn State guy.
You know what? I got to go. Put it this way. Like Jarvis said, you brought this dude in with a lot of money on NIL stuff. If you don't play him, you're not going to get anybody NIL or transfer portal, moving
Sure you
forward.
Will. I'm making money, bro. I'm making money.
Doesn't matter.
You making money.
The bad taste will be there, because kids want to play. And yeah, they're going to get money, but they want to play. I think Drink has sealed his fate. They absolutely have to go with Pribula. They have to, unless Pribula loses 2 games and then they want to make the change. But once again, I think Horn's got him right here to where, hey, if I'm not going to play, I'm going to go sign this contract, and I'm going to get to spring training, and I'm going to start to get ready to play, AA ball next year.
I think Horn's going to beat him out. I just do. I think they're going to go with it.
Well, Ron Rhodes.
I tell you what, by this time, I saw.
Of course, next Thursday night. Of course, he did not agree with you, Jim Powers.
Of course, that never freaking happens.
That is wow, that is like a news flash.
That was shocking developments right there.
Yeah, in other news, water is wet.
Exactly. We got to go to break. When we come back, we're going to dive into some high school stuff. We'll let Jarvis brag about. Crystal City. We'll talk about Herky. We'll talk about Pius and Hillsborough and that. Then we'll talk about a big story coming out of Southwest Missouri down Springfield Catholic, and it's not pretty down there right now. We'll get into that coming up next. It's episode 243 here on the Coach's Box Call Like We See It podcast. We'll be back in a moment.
Waiting. Work it.
I'm an overpowered leaf blower, and I'm not exactly street legal. right auto coverage, this could really blow your budget. So get Allstate, save money, and be protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
Mayhem is everywhere. Are you in good hands?
It's Between Takes with Daikin and Dave Mars.
Good. All right, next setup.
Hey, Dave, we got another question about energy savings. And this is a good one.
Yeah, efficiency is so important.
Didn't you just talk with Daikin about this?
They said energy efficiency is the key to a happy marriage. She gets the temperature, I get the savings.
Good to know. I'll tell them to check with their local Daikin dealer.
All right, back to one.
Give Home by SMCI a call today at 636-337-4444 or email them at service@homebysmci.com. In the hobby of collecting, check out Elite Collectibles, open 7 days a week from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. They carry a wide variety of sports cards, trading cards, magic cards, Pokemon cards, and other non-sports cards. Need some supplies? They also have sleeves, top loaders, boxes, and much, much more. They have online auctions every Tuesday at 6 p.m. and also do bulk grading submissions to SGC and CGC. Check out Elite Collectibles at 1258 Main Street in Imperial, Missouri. You can also view their entire inventory at www.elitecollecting.com.
You need new entertainment. You need full-length content. You need the Real Fresh channel. Hey, I'm Health Fresh from the Real Fresh channel. Subscribe today on YouTube. We have new content. We are a network of podcasters putting out new stuff every single day. Whether you need sports, pro or college, whether you need comedies, whether you need pop culture, whether you need wrestling, we've got so much content on there. Gaming, check it out. Live, not live, we've got it all. The Real Fresh channel. Subscribe today.
And we welcome you back to the Coach's Box. Call it like we see it podcast here. All over the place here. It's episode 243. And I did some math today because, Chris, I knew you didn't want to do some math to figure out. But our 250th episode will be the Wednesday, the week before Thanksgiving. So that's kind of where we'll hit our 250th episode. So they're going to be excited about that to lead into the Thanksgiving season with episode 250.
You know what's going on during that time, Jim?
Basketball.
That's right. Basketball will be going on during that time. It'll be all in on that. It's going to be awesome, baby. The capital A.
I cannot wait.
Very awesome.
Yeah, because
me and this guy.
Yeah, I know. These two on the same. I'm coming to watch a game at Fox to see the shenanigans on that bench.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm mellow.
I have not spoken to or received anything bad from a referee in a long, long time.
That's good. That's
I got
good.
2-year technical foul, like no technical foul streak going here, Jim.
I'm over 2 years. Yes,
I that's why I sit at the end of the bench at Lutheran South and don't say a word.
Wow.
Just don't say a word. I don't talk to officials anymore because it's not worth it. So there it is.
Well, I mean, when you're talking to people.
Thanks, Tracy. Appreciate you.
When you're talking to officials, especially some of the ones we know.
Well, that's there it is.
There
it is.
Langhauser. I mean, a few of them. Yeah,
I mean, there's some quality officials out there, guys. I mean, they're doing a tough job.
Right.
Nobody else wants to do it. Hey, by the way,
you're right.
Hey, I gotta make the plug. If you think you know everything about sports and you're up there yelling at officials, whether you're a football game, a volleyball game, a soccer game, which I don't know how you can mess that up because they're just running around kicking the ball, but whatever. The soccer game, basketball, you think you know anything about wrestling or cross country or whatever you're doing. Hey, look, go take your test, become an official.
No doubt.
Stop acting like you know everything. Because apparently you do, but I can't do it because of my bad knee that I hurt back in the day. Shut up. Just shut up. Go out there and actually take your test and go and put your money where your mouth is. Not only that, you have money in your pocket. Stop complaining and go do it yourself since you think you know everything, Karen or Todd or whatever the hell your name is up there in the stand. Shut your mouth and do it.
We're going to get Pat Burns on with us one night to talk about it.
We had Pat on the show.
We're going to have him on again. We're going to have him on again.
Hey, wait a minute. You brought up soccer. Aren't you coaching soccer this year?
Me? No, I was asked.
They wanted you to.
I was asked. I quickly turned it down and said, look, I have a reputation to keep. Okay, I can't coach soccer. Are you kidding me?
Miller's only been to one soccer match, and I could say that I saw him there at that one soccer match.
Which one was that?
The Pius Championship game at Soccer Park.
No, I take it back. No, I've been to two. I drove a bus.
Okay.
I went to the Berg Pius game, and I drove the bus, and I sat over on the sideline. It was the one day where it was actually cold for whatever reason. It was just cold. It was terrible.
It was freezing. It was freezing.
So. All right, Jim, back to what counts in life. Let's get back on topic.
All right. Before we kind of talk about some of the stuff going on football-wise, let's talk about what's going on down in the southwestern part of Missouri, down Springfield Central. This is not a good situation whatsoever. Last week, because Misha has a rule to where you have to acknowledge what sports you are going to participate in the state playoffs in. You have to do it by a certain date for each sport. Well, they came out and they only had, I saw the numbers today, 4 seniors and 5 juniors. And then a bunch of young kids, and then some young kids that have never played. I think their total number of kids that they had out was anywhere in the 27 to 28 range. So the athletic director, the district athletic director, the school athletic director, and the superintendent, they made the decision, we're not going to play varsity football this year. We're going to play the JV schedule. Now, what you have to understand, the schedule that they play is like going through a gauntlet here in St. Louis.
Brutal.
They play all the big kids on the block down in the Springfield area. Those kids wouldn't have survived. And now the backlash is just absolutely unbelievable. Personally, I've seen it happen. We saw it happen at Bishop DeBerg, a couple years ago, and they're playing JVs because they don't have the numbers. Grandview, we have seen it happen. What people have to understand is it's the safety of the kids. You can't throw a bunch of freshman and sophomore kids out there to play seniors that are way bigger, way stronger, and way faster, because those kids are going to get hurt. Those kids are going to get disenchanted, and they are not going to want to play sports again. So, I understand that it sucks. I understand it sucks, but I think that they made the right decision for this year for these kids.
It's a hot take. Jarvis, what's your thoughts? I'll let you jump in.
Man.
Go ahead, Jason.
They have 25 kids, right?
Yep.
And you're talking about their schedule.
Their schedule's tough. Schedule's tough.
The schedule's
Hillcrest, Marshfield. Somebody said Wyatt Wheeler, the beat writer that covers the preps down for the paper down in Springfield. I believe he said it was 5 Class 5, Class 6 teams, and then the other ones were Class 1, Class 2 state championship contenders.
Okay.
That's a brutal schedule.
That's brutal. What class is Sykeston?
In football?
Yeah.
4 maybe?
4 or 5.
They're 5, I think.
Well, we'll find out next Friday morning.
I don't know what they were last year.
I think they were
what?
4 last year.
Well, while Jarvis is gathering his thoughts on this, I'll jump in. Are you ready to do it? You gotta go or what? Because you're hee-hawing around.
No, I'm not hee-hawing around. I'm going through our schedule.
Well, then you just go through, gather your thoughts.
No, I'm gonna go through.
You gonna go? You going now?
Class
Are you going
1
now?
School independent.
Well, it doesn't.
And
you can't even compare
Sykeston,
that.
which is a class 4 or 5 school. We play Bayless, which is a class 3 school.
But you're competitive against Bayless.
We play Confluence Prep, whatever. They're 2 or 3 classes bigger than us.
You're competitive against
Gateway is 2 or 3 classes ahead of us. Roosevelt, Deshaun. They're all these schools are bigger than us. We're playing.
You're competitive in every one. You're competitive in every one of those games except for maybe 2. That's the difference. This school down in Springfield was not even going to be close to competitive. It would have been 70-0 with running clocks and kids getting hurt.
Man, those seniors that are going to never play a senior year of football, that sucks.
Well, they are going to be allowed to play JV. The seniors are allowed to play.
I bet they're going to feel really good about that. They're going to beat up on a JV kid, but that's great.
Okay, so here's my thoughts on all this. This is the number 1,000 reason. I mean, it's only like you're just putting bullets in the magazine for everyone who wants to do open enrollment. Sorry, this is the kind of crap right here that's going to drive all of those Karens right up to the Capitol Hill to get this stuff taken care of. Because when a school can't field their team, why can't I just go to another school? Yeah, it's for athletic purposes because this is our way to go and get out of our situation. Mm-hmm. And they don't have to say that's why they're doing it, but that's everybody in the world knows that's why they're doing it. That's why they're moving. And this is something that, I mean, when they decided that they were going to cancel that season, those 9 upperclassmen should be able to go play anywhere they want. I mean, they should be able to say, okay, I want to go over here and try out. And I can still go to my school, but I should be able to go over here.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I should be able to do because I don't want to go and play against a JV kid. I don't want to go and have our senior night against somebody's JV team. I want to go and play against varsity competition because I might have a remote chance of maybe continuing to play this sport, even if I'm a bench player for MOBAP. Great. Or whatever college you want to pick. But I feel like this is those things. I understand canceling it for safety reasons. I get it. But especially considering the competition they were playing. But to not allow these guys to just say, you are instantly eligible to go to every school district that is surrounded or high school that's in your vicinity. They're Springfield Central, so they're literally surrounded by everybody in the Springfield public school system. They should be able to go wherever the hell they want and go play instantly and not have to change schools. And if they do, well, they do, which in Springfield they kind of do anyway, but whatever. So my opinion is if you're going to cancel a varsity season on upperclassmen, they are automatically eligible wherever they want to go and play, even if they don't move schools. Why are those kids being handcuffed to that situation? Look at it from the opposite side. What if I'm a big kid? Why do I want to go and have a chance of hurting some little guy? We're all looking at for everybody beating up on us, but wait a minute. I get to go and hit against JV kids. Is that safe for those 9 kids to go and knock the piss out of some JV, some freshmen?
I can tell you the year that Grandview did it, they just beat the crap out of our JV.
That's what I'm saying. But look at it from the opposite side. So everybody's like, "Oh my God, the safety issue." I think they should be instantly eligible wherever they decide to go. Done deal. Bye bye. See ya. Go play.
I agree with you. So 25 kids were the ones that won out for this year. I'm actually looking at the story in the Springfield newsletter that Wyatt Wheeler wrote. They were supposed to play Hillcrest. Last year, they were 0-10 And obviously that's going to have a lot to do with it. Here's the thing, too, guys. And we've all got, and Jason, you probably know this as well as being a football coach. Numbers of kids playing football have gone down.
Yeah.
Exponentially have gone down. I mean, you're looking at, and I use this as Hazelwood Central 2 years ago did not have a JV team. Hazelwood Central is part of the second biggest school district in the St. Louis metro area, only behind the Rockwood School District. Hazelwood Central is the biggest school out of all four Hazelwoods. They couldn't field a JV team a couple years ago. Numbers in football have gone down. And that's why I think Misha has to face Misha, number one, Chris, I 100% agree with you. Absolutely 100%. But number two, get rid of 6 classes. Go back to 5 classes. Go back to 5 classes. Then you could make that class 1. If you've got schools that only have 25, 30 kids, I keep saying we're going to see 8-man football on this side of the state eventually. It's going to happen. Now you can open up 8-man a little bit more. But Misha, they've talked about it for the last 2 years. I honestly believe that 6 classes is too much. The numbers have gone down, and they've got to go back to 5 classes and then open up the 8-man a little bit more and let these schools be able to compete. Let the kids play, but just not in the northwest corner of the state where 8-man is.
Well,
Okay.
And Jim, you brought up a good point here about the numbers. I sorry, I don't want to cut you off, but while I'm thinking about, the Adderall's wearing off, I look at it like this. Fox is one of the largest schools in the state, and I was talking to Coach Tinker. He's like, we have kids that we try to reach in middle school and talk about football, have our youth camps.
Mm-hmm.
We can't get kids to come out. Our numbers are low too in comparison to other schools. And I bet you if you look at a survey that you could send out a survey, the numbers have went down every single year, almost on the average across the state, whether it's for safety issues, whether it's for the lack of interest with kids playing sports, which we've talked about ad nauseum on this particular podcast. Then I have heard from people very close to, if not standing in Misha, that they do not want to eliminate any classes in any sports. They like having more because it gives everybody a chance to win. And I hate that argument. I feel exactly as you do about how this should be, especially in football, as a violent sport with the chances of seasons being canceled. If you open up classifications, if you expand 8-man to where you don't have this disparity and you cut a class, you could probably cut 2 classes.
What are we doing with 6 classes in basketball? What the hell is that?
That's never going to change. Guys, I'm telling you, you're preaching to the choir. You're preaching to the choir, but that is not going to change. And I can almost assuredly tell you that is damn near as close to the horse's mouth as you're going to get. It ain't going to
tell
change.
you right now, if football comes off of 6 classes and goes back to 5, I will bet you basketball is not far behind.
Then you've got to get everybody else on board, because if the member schools want it, Mich will do it. It's right. All there is to it. If you get everybody on board, they'll do it. But right now, it ain't happening. It ain't happening. I got a better chance of getting struck by lightning and winning the lottery at literally the same time. As I scratch the ticket, I'm hit by lightning. That's how much of a chance.
Jason, wake up.
Jarvis. Hey, Jarvis.
Jarvis.
I'm right here.
I'm right here.
Do you
have any thoughts to contribute to this or what?
No.
Wow.
I contributed all my thoughts to it. I hate that we've talked about this as coaches in football. It's just hard to get kids to play it. And I don't want open enrollment, and I don't want things like this to open that up. It's going to kill small schools like Crystal and others. And
I hate to say it, open enrollment's coming whether we like it or not,
That's a
because
fact.
I'll be
our
gone. I'll be gone by then, so it ain't matter.
Jason, it could happen next year.
Well, I
If
only
people
got
in
3 years, bud.
If people in Jeff City have their way, open enrollment's coming next year. And that's going to be that. You're right. That's going to be the death knell for a lot of small schools.
Yep.
So, Jarvis, talk a little bit about Crystal City.
There you go, Jarvis. All you.
All right.
Talk about your kids. Talk about your dudes.
Oh,
we got some dudes. We got about 25 kids out. We have some names that have been playing varsity football for a while. Some of them are juniors, some of them are seniors, some have been playing 2 and 3 and 4 years. You know, I mean, this will be their 4th year. You know, of course, we got some names that are pretty well known to Crystal City. Our starting quarterback is Landon DeRouche. I had the privilege of coaching Landon's father, Cody DeRouche, who was a heck of a running back, started for me as a freshman on my defense as a safety. And Landon is playing quarterback for us, and he is starting at safety on defense. And he's been one of our best senior leaders. He's a great kid. He can throw the ball. He can run the ball. He's a multi-threat quarterback, as Coach Miller was talking about dual threat quarterbacks.
Dual threats.
He will be that. We got 3 very experienced linemen, and Trent Eisenbeis. He's the AD son, and he plays center. Very solid player for us. David Parnham, he will be one of our guards, and then Gage McPherson. Those 3 will be anchors on our offensive line. And then our 2 tackle spots, we got Hayden Westbrook, who is right now at boot camp for the military. So we're going to be without him for the first couple weeks. So we got some young guys that are going to fill in for them. And we got a junior. If you saw our picture, the leader put out, we got a big kid named Elias Miller. He weighs about 50 pounds. Big boy.
So he looks like
he's huge. We got to find a spot for him. We're hoping we can find a spot for him. But all the kids have been working hard. We got other couple kids that are battling to see if they're going to get in that mix on the offensive line. And then we got a lot of position players that are pretty solid. Ricardo Pastrana. We got some younger kids that are pretty fast, and Alex Parnham, Alex Kachera. We got a kid that caught 4 touchdowns last year, and London Patton, I believe. And I'm still learning all the kids' names and stuff. But, you know, it's hard when you're teaching at one school, coaching at another. But it's been refreshing. Coach Collins really runs a tight ship, and he's just got things rolling over there. Runs a very interesting defense. You know, I used to be a defensive coordinator when I was the defensive coordinator at Crystal for 9 of my 10 years at Crystal previously. So it's been fun to watch him run a very different defense than what I've ran before. So that's been fun. We got some young coaches, which is always good. They got a lot of energy. I got 3 coaches on our staff that I coached, which is really cool. And Daniel Courtway, Austin Petrie came over from Herky also and is coaching at Crystal. And then Mike Tullock is coaching the junior high also with Austin Petrie, and he was at Herky also for a little bit. Now he's over at Crystal where he graduated from. He was a madman back in the day on special teams. But, you know, as long as we can stay healthy, I think we're going to compete in most of the games on our schedule. You know, you're at a small school like Crystal and you got 25 kids. If the wrong kid gets hurt, It's not like at Festus where you roll in number 2 or number 3,
or Hillsboro,
or bigger schools that have,
Yeah.
Football's a numbers game. Crystal played really well against Sykeston last year in week 1, but they just got outnumbered, I would say, by watching the film. And that happens sometimes when you face those bigger schools. And we got some bigger schools we're going to play early on, which I think will help us in the end when we have to play schools our size. So I'm really excited. The coaching staff, I think Crystal City's excited. We had a work day last Saturday, which was really fun. It's in the leader. I saw that's what I was kind of not paying attention a little bit there earlier. We got a great coaching staff and a great coaches text group, and there was a bunch of texts going on, and they were talking about in the article some people got attacked by yellow jackets. I was one of them. I was running a weed eater at the football field, and dude, I'm not kidding you. I bet I got stung 25 times. Oh. And I found out I'm a little bit allergic, and I swelled up pretty bad in a few spots. I guess another team I could talk about a little bit would be Herculaneum, since I do have a lot of familiarity with them, since I have been coaching there for the past 10 years. But, they got Keaton Reeves at quarterback, which he's got a lot of experience there. This will be his 3rd year starting for them at quarterback. Last year he threw for 432 yards. So I think he'll be a vast improved on that. They're making a switch with Clark Struckoff. There towards the end of the year last year. Clark's a heck of an athlete, big kid. They're going to move him to running back, and I think he's going to tote the rock probably 20, 25 times a game. Big kid, strong kid, probably one of the strongest kids on the team. He really put on 25 pounds of muscle. Even towards the end of the school year, you could just see, I mean, he's huge. I think Greenlee, who's one of their biggest linemen, he's really put in a lot of work this summer. He's going to be both sides of the ball for them, offensively and defensively. They have some experience. A lot of those kids have played a lot the last couple of years. They have some weapons. You have Tanner Duncan out there at receiver. He's a weapon, as everyone knows. 3-sport weapon in all 3 sports that he plays. I think they'll be much improved on offense this year. Their line, they got a lot of experience last year. A lot of kids played as 10th graders. They're going to be juniors this year. So I think they're going to compete in a lot of games. I also think that, well, I don't really want to say that now that I thought about it. But I just think that, they have some solid kids coming back. And I just think the morale of the team is going to be a little different this year. These kids, especially a lot of the juniors and the seniors that they have this year, are just blue-collar type of kids, like those kids that they bring their lunch pail to work and they just work. They work hard. Several of my basketball kids that I had last year over there at Herculaneum are football players, and Brinkley. There's several of them. They're just hard workers. They're good working kids, and I would think they're going to win a lot more than one game this year. I would think 500 or better for them this year. If you look at that small school conference, I mean, I think Herky's going to be better. I think Grandview's going to be pretty solid this year. Yeah. And then your usual suspects. I don't know what Jefferson's going to be like. I mean, they always put a pretty good product out there if we're talking locally. I know you said you would have some stuff to talk about with Festus. I know I'm pretty good buddies with a couple of their coaches, and they got a pretty good outlook on, they always have some athletes.
Them and Hillsboro in the big school are just going to beat the ever-loving garbage out of each other. Probably not once, but twice. this year, because they're probably going to end up getting lumped into the same district again, like they always do. But I think they're going to be solid. Yeah, I think what Coach Ray's doing over at Pius, really getting that program going and building some stuff. I think he's doing a really nice job. I know I was critical last year of their schedule. Yeah, but they persevered. They did a really nice job, and so I think Pius could have a really, really good year as well. And then you go down a little bit farther south. You
Not
look
at
at
liberty to speak on that program, but go ahead.
I know. Vinny's going to have
Shocker.
another really good Vinny's going to have another really good year. The one thing that I've said just in general this year, there's only one school that I think can legitimately say that they're going to make it to St. Joe's in the state championship game, and that's Nixa. Anybody else, you can't say it. There's so much parity all over the place, especially here in St. Louis.
How we're talking local? Who's Nixa?
Well, I'm just saying, that there's just, there's only one team in the state that can legitimately say they're going to get, and Nixa should. You got Cantwell, you got the McCaster kid from the Smet that transferred down there. It's ridiculously stupid, with that whole mess, which I don't even want to get into.
I know you talked about the big schools there, and you mentioned Festus and Hillsboro. I do think Russ Schmidt and Sobel and all those guys at DeSoto are doing a good job of getting that DeSoto program back on its feet. And I know I'm friends with Sobel on Facebook, but I also coach with Mike Sobel, and I do know they had great participation in the weight room all summer. They average, 85 to 100 kids in the weight room all summer. So, they're an up-and-coming program, I think, in the next few years. You got Lee Freeman up there at Windsor.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been successful wherever he's been at. He was successful out of Hillsboro, and he's just a damn good football coach. And I think he's going to eventually turn that program around at Windsor. And we'll know a little bit more after week 1. He faces off against Herky, so we'll know a little bit about both programs after that game. So, but I still think the big school conference is up between Hillsboro and Festus. That'll be the two.
Yeah. We'll talk a lot more high school stuff in our next episode in 2 weeks after we've had a chance to see week 1 in the books next week with some pretty good games.
Well,
we're going to take a break.
That's right. We got Jamborees coming up.
We got Jamborees. Who are you guys going against?
We are at Parkway South, and we are facing off against Parkway South, Riverview Gardens, which I was offered a job at this year, but I turned it down, and Afton. And
there you go.
I know Herky is also there. They're playing in the second round. I know they start with Afton, and then it's a couple other schools from up north.
Awesome. Well, we'll get more into high school stuff in a couple weeks. But
I can't wait to talk about these movies coming up.
Yeah, I know. Our top five football movies. You're going to hear what the three of us think our top 5s are, and we'll discuss. We're going to take a break. When we come back, episode 243 of the Coach's Box. Call it like we see it podcast on all of our channels. We'll be back in a minute.
I'm the guy sitting next to your girl on the kiss cam.
And this game just got a lot more interesting.
Sheila? Mom?
Fire!
And if you don't have the right home coverage, you might have to kiss your savings goodbye. Let's go, beat it. So get Allstate, save money, and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
Bro!
Mayhem is everywhere. Are you in good hands?
It's Between Takes with Daikin and Dave Mars.
Good. All right, next set up.
Hey, Dave, we got another question about energy savings. And this is a good one.
Yeah, efficiency is so important.
Didn't you just talk with Daikin about this?
They said energy efficiency is the key to a happy marriage. She gets the temperature, I get the savings.
Good to know. I'll tell them to check with their local Daikin dealer.
All right, back to one.
Give Home by SMCI a call today at 636-337-4444 or email them at service@homebysmci.com. In the hobby of collecting, check out Elite Collectibles, open 7 days a week from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. They carry a wide variety of sports cards, trading cards, magic cards, Pokemon cards, and other non-sports cards. Need some supplies? They also have sleeves, top loaders, boxes, and much, much more. They have online auctions every Tuesday at 6 p.m. and also do bulk grading submissions to SGC and CGC. Check out Elite Collectibles at 1258 Main Street in Imperial, Missouri. You can also view their entire inventory at www.elitecollecting.com.
You need new entertainment. You need full-length content. You need the Real Fresh channel. Hey, I'm How Fresh from the Real Fresh channel. Subscribe today on YouTube. We have new content. We are a network of podcasters putting out new stuff every single day. Whether you need sports, pro or college, whether you need comedies, whether you need pop culture, whether you need wrestling, we've got so much content on there. Gaming, check it out. Live, not live, we've got it all. The Real Fresh channel. Subscribe today.
And we welcome you back to episode 243 of the Coach's Box. Call like we see a press, call like we see a podcast. I'm Jim Powers. He's Chris Miller, and he was excited for this segment. And
I
where
know.
is he?
He got so excited.
He's like, I want to talk about football movies. And cut.
And he's gone. Oh no, I don't know where he's at. He didn't say anything. He didn't say like, "I need to go use the bathroom" or anything. You know what? We're gonna move on. We'll have me here until he comes back. Don't forget him.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
unbelievable.
It's funny though. I always like having all of us on when we do these top fives because then we can kind of argue with each other. But it is an icebreaker thing today, you know, because the first day of school, did I give a pre-test? Well, hell yeah, I gave a pre-test. I wanted to see what the kids knew at math, kind of see what I'm getting myself into with some of these kids. But for an icebreaker, I did something that I've been wanting to do. It's called like the Great Debate. So I put a Google slide up and basically put give these kids these little whiteboards. And I said, okay, I'm going to give you, you're going to have to pick a side. And if there's one person who doesn't agree, you have to come up with an argument. So the question was like, is a hot dog a sandwich? You know, and when someone says like, no, that's not, and someone says, yeah, it is. I said, okay, well, here you go. Now they got to learn how to argue. And as soon as someone says, well, you guys are weird. Nope, you lost. You lost the argument because you can't use facts. But you got to learn how to, that way they get to where this is math. I get it. But I think something that we've lost in this country and as a society is how to properly debate with each other and
have a discussion.
And have a discussion where I can disagree with you, you can disagree with me, and it's not, well, you're just a stupid face. That's not, no, you can't use those things. Or you can't say, well, it just is, or whatever. Right. I mean, like, you know, is cereal a soup? And those kinds of questions. Does pineapple belong on pizza? It was just funny watching them interact with each other and then argue with each other. And then as soon as that happened, I'm like, nope, you lost because you didn't come up with I give them a minute, you give some time that come up with some reasons for it, and then poof, so that turned into something fun. To be honest with you, I've never been a big icebreaker kind of guy, so it was definitely fun to do that. Oh, look who's trying to join us for the show. Oh, look here, we're doing a show.
Hey, hi,
we're
Sparky.
excited about this.
I'm sorry, my parents are here, so they're upstairs, so I had to.
Well, put them on. They're a hell of a lot better than you. Good God.
Oh, well, you know what? All right, let's get into this then. And then if we finish up a little early, it's fine. So Jarvis can go visit with mom and dad.
I figured you guys could, carry the show for once in a while, since I
whoa.
always do.
Wow.
Woo!
Dang.
Jarvis, you can't even push the red button to start the show. Good God.
All right. Our top 5 for this week. Football movies. So we're going to go around. We'll talk about, we'll make our list, and then we'll discuss. So since Coach Miller was quieter than we've ever heard him before during a segment, we're going to let Chris start off with his top 5 movies. We'll start with number 5, go all the way up to number 1.
Hey, he usually picks me all the time. He knows I'm not prepared.
Exactly. It's exactly what I picked you.
But I'm prepared today.
Oh, yeah, because he wrote in a football movie. He's like, oh, hey, first off, I didn't know if you could do this because you never watch any movies.
Oh,
you are the least watching movie TV person I have ever met.
I just don't remember. I can't quote crap or remember crap.
Well, then it didn't happen.
Too many football concussions.
Hey, did somebody teach you to block with your head then? I mean, was that what it was?
Back then we used to teach put your head to the football when you tackle. Now they don't teach it.
Jeez.
They teach Seattle tackle. Put your head to the behind.
I've never heard that before. But anyway, Coach Miller, go ahead with your top 5.
Yes. Oh, shoot, that kind of made things awkward. All right.
Why do you think I transitioned as quick as I did?
At number 5, make sure I get these in order since I was going to do them the other way, but that's okay. Number 5 for me is Varsity Blues because it is, and I don't have any great thing to say about it except I enjoy the storyline. I think it's funny. I think it's compelling. And then Allie Larder whipped cream bikini. And that's all I have to say. And that is the top reason.
Amen.
Allie Larder, who has aged like fine wine, mind you. At number 4, The Program. And I think that's an obvious for all people who've watched any of these movies. I mean, just it's been a long time. I need to go back and watch it again. It's just been a hot minute. Number 3, I have to go with Rudy, even though it didn't exactly happen that way. If you watch Rudy and you don't get some goosebumps going, you need to check to make sure that you're still alive, okay? Or have a soul, and especially when you're the underdog. Everybody loves the underdog movies. Number 2, Any Given Sunday. I love Any Given Sunday. I love the speech at the end. I love the quarterback battle. I think it's one of the most perfectly casted sports movies of all time. Lawrence Taylor is a badass in that movie. Dennis Quaid is Dennis Quaid. And Al Pacino is perfect for that part. And number 1 is Remember the Titans. It is my favorite football movie of all time. It just is. I know another movie that's not exactly the way it happened because Disney has stuff that they have to do. But it was right in my wheelhouse as a high schooler. And we didn't have football, but we watched it as a team because it was we watched several times a team. It's such a great movie. It's got everything in it. I mean, it literally does. So that's my top 5. Sorry, that's my opinion.
All right.
Jarvis.
I have before I go, I have 3 of Chris's 5. Yes.
Oh, okay.
My number
it's like
5.
breaking news here.
No, I'm just the kind of, and just to kind of give you a contrast of them, but my number 5, and a big reason I picked this one, there's some religious reasons on this one, but is Facing the Giants. And I don't know if you've ever seen this one, but it's about a coach that's broke. I relate big time. And just about it's a great movie. If you've never seen it, you need to watch it. It's really good. That's my number 5. My number 4, which was Chris's number 5, is Varsity Blues. Dude, I mean, come on, man. The guy, everything in the movie. It's just so good. It's inappropriate.
Jason, my favorite line of that is my most relatable thing, and it's one of the reasons I love it, is when he tells his dad, "I don't want your life." It's one of my favorite lines. It goes in my head. And
but you won't ever use that line. But yes. I've
used that line.
Chris Senior, I do not want your life.
I know what you're talking about, but
and then
go ahead.
My number 3 is also in Chris's. It was Chris's number 4, which is The Program. Now, I played college football, and I would watch that damn movie every Friday night before Saturday, and I would get pumped. And one of the best quotes or thoughts in that movie is when he rips that dude's helmet off. "You lost your bonnet, bitch." You know what I'm talking about? It's so great. So that's my number 3. Chris's number 1 is my number 2, which is Remember the Titans. Dude, great movie. I know it wasn't the same as it really happened. And, they have to do it. And part of it, Denzel, he does good. Dude, he's good.
He's an incredible actor.
You can't argue against Denzel. He's so good.
He's just good.
The other night I was watching the Flight was on, and he was so good in Flight.
He's just
that movie where he was the pilot, turned the plane. Yeah, I mean he was really good in that.
Him, Samuel. There's just some guys you can't argue against, and he's one.
Mm-hmm.
And then probably, and I'm gonna get flack on this one probably, but my number 1 is Friday Night Lights, and it's because I lived Friday Night Lights. I mean, Friday Night Lights to me is the ultimate night of football. It is these guys that play on Sundays and Saturdays, they wouldn't be there if it wasn't for Friday Night Lights. Friday Night Lights is what it's all about. And
go ahead.
And I love the series of Friday Night Lights too. One of the best series.
I like the series.
I
more
like
than the
it
movie.
better than the movie, but I couldn't put a series here, so I put the movie.
Right.
Okay, so go ahead. Finish.
But I loved it.
I would have went Friday Night Lights. I had to read it for a college class. I had to read the book.
Yeah.
I like the book better than I like the movie.
The book is better than the movie.
And there are not many things in this world there are not many times you'll ever hear me say that because I'm not a reader. Okay. Obviously, look at me. I don't freaking read, but I don't know. I enjoyed watching it, but as Ron Rhodes alluded to, it said original longest yard. That would have been my number 6. That if I was kind of deciding, the original longest yard is so funny, and I enjoyed the second one, and I actually enjoyed it more than than Friday Night Lights. And I get what you're saying, Jason, but I was looking at it from I don't know, like, is it a better movie? But
yeah, I mean, if I would have, I guess I probably should have looked at it that way. It would probably be further down.
I mean, I understand. I'm not disagreeing with you on it. I'm just saying, like, that's kind of where I was with it.
To be honest, the series is better.
Never watched it.
Oh,
the series is way better.
I want to go rewatch it. That's how much.
Yeah.
I would so be that linebacker.
Yeah, you would be. You
Well,
would Riggins.
If I didn't have a mother and a father, but yeah. Go ahead. Jim, you're up.
All right. You know what? And you guys have mentioned 4 of my 5.
4.
Okay. Now I'm going old school for my number 5 because I grew up watching this movie. Everybody remember Brian Piccolo?
Oh,
57.
Brian's song.
Brian's song.
I knew that you were going to do that one. Brian's song. Yep.
Great movie. James Caan was terrific in it. I mean, and once again, growing up back in that era, that was one of the movies that everybody gathered around it because it was so relatable to everybody. So I had to put Brian's song down. Number 4, Varsity Blues. Come on. I got my CAT scan.
Halley.
But I got my CAT scan. And then him sitting on the back of the pickup truck with the whiskey bottle shooting the trophies. Come on. I mean, that every actor was perfect in that one. They cast it perfectly. And honestly, when you talk about like those big Texas schools, you get kids that hate their coaches that bad.
Hey, Jim, I have used the line. I know the circus was in town. I didn't see the trucks. I said that to a kid in practice because he did something like threw behind the back pass and threw out of bounds. I'm like, what are you doing? I didn't see the circus coming down. I didn't see the truck.
And no one in there would have known that.
The coaches knew. The coaches knew, but none of the kids were just looking like, what? But yeah, I'm definitely sorry.
So, Varsity Blues. Absolutely. Anytime I see Varsity Blues on, I'm always.
Oh, dude, it doesn't matter. It could be 2
It's on
a.m.
Netflix.
Exactly. Number 3, Rudy. Number 3, Rudy. It wasn't the exact way that it all went, but still, guys, I thought the acting was terrific.
I hate Rudy.
Why do you hate?
Don't
Rudy?
like it. I don't like it. It's not. It's so not factual. It's not. No.
I just thought it was written well, and I thought it was. That's why it's number 3. It's not number 1. Number 2, Any Given Sunday. And number 2, Any Given Sunday, any day of the week. Once again, we talk about casting certain characters. Absolutely. And I was watching something over the weekend, and Any Given Sunday got mentioned because of how realistic it was about how they shoot you up, when you're, when they're injured to get you back on the field. And different things along those lines. And plus Pacino, come on. I mean, shoot.
All the old players that acted in that movie. Terrell Owens is in that movie.
Yeah.
And nobody even knows it. He's one of the receivers.
LL Cool J. I mean, that terrific movie. And then we've also remember the Titans. I mean, strong side, weak side. I mean, just how the gap was closed and how they did. And Denzel, the assistant coach, I forget his name. I thought he was terrific. I just thought, once again, a movie that you could put on right now, kids would get it. They would totally understand why that movie was put together, what the events were back in that time. And it would relate to them. So, that's where I'm at. Program was number 6. And once again, Friday Night Lights, You know what, Jason? I'm glad you said it. I may have to go back and start watching the series again because this series was way, way better. Plus Connie Britton, who can say, Connie Britton.
Okay.
So, but that's good discussion, guys. That's some good movies, and we're seeing some up here on the Blind Side.
Coach Rhodes. It's called The Blind Side, not Blindsided.
Yeah.
That's probably a Steven Seagal movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Blindsided. That's Fat Steven Seagal. That's what that one is.
Yeah, exactly. Longest Yard. I like the second Longest Yard because I just like Adam Sandler.
Okay, wait. Jim.
I've seen the original Longest Yard.
You haven't?
I have.
Oh,
Okay.
I thought you were saying you had.
No.
Oh my gosh.
But which one do you think is better? And don't be afraid of peer pressure and of what I'm going to say if you choose wrong.
Oh,
I like two better.
My gosh, no! No!
I like
absolutely not. No.
I like the actors better. I was more relatable to the actors in two than I was with one.
I don't care. It's a better movie. It's a better movie.
I get it.
Wait.
I don't need to hear David Jarvis chirping in right now. Shut up, David.
1,000%. Yes, David, you are correct.
Yes.
It's my personal opinion, guys.
It doesn't mean you're not wrong.
Boy, I haven't heard that all night. There it is. We can have a showdown. Jarvis told me. Jarvis just said my opinion sucked. Hadn't said it all night. We can have the showdown.
Hey, I've been very Jim friendly tonight.
Jim friendly.
What are you looking to wear tonight?
I just making stuff up now. Dave's, I don't know which one was 1 and which one is 5. So is Blindsided 5, I'd assume, and Titans is 1.
That's what I'm assuming.
I would hope Blindside's not 1.
Yeah.
I'm glad he didn't put Blindsided, Ron Rose. That's just an age thing.
I was just gonna go something about age. It's got to be old man syndrome or something.
Yeah.
Easy now. That ageism stuff here.
Okay.
I know I'm the oldest one. I know.
If I said 1, Jim will say 2.
Ron, you're right. No, there are things we agree with there, Ron. So.
Are you kidding? You're just saying that because you're on air.
You know what? I've turned over a new leaf.
Oh my God, this positivity crap is getting out of control.
Just call me Mr. Positive.
Positive Paul.
That's right. So, well, boys, it's that time of the evening where we got to shut things down for the night. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Definitely talk a lot of high school football. We'll talk about Mizzou in 2 weeks. We'll see what the Cardinals are doing at that point. Their season will probably be over by that point. That's why we didn't even talk.
Well,
they've got
everybody. They've got everybody you've never heard of playing. Okay, and we still don't have Weatherhold. Nope.
They're not bringing them up. They've already said they're not bringing them up, and I don't even want to talk about it because my blood pressure has been great tonight. I don't want my blood pressure to go through the roof.
Does it start the clock? It doesn't start the clock.
Yeah, it does start the clock. That's part of why they're not bringing him up. It starts the clock.
Because they have to buy his AAA contract.
Yep.
We're so boring.
And maybe
we're so boring.
Yeah, we don't hit home runs or do anything fancy. In their game under 500, and the Marlins are beating them.
Yeah, Arenado's sitting on a beach down in Florida right now. Do you think he's even at the stadium tonight? Nope.
Maybe he's at a Rays game.
No, that could be it. You never know. They are playing at that minor league facility. You never know. He's probably checking out the Yankees to see what that trade's going to look like for next year.
Hey, I think
the
Rays should get relocated to Montreal and be the Expos again. Draw some attendance, not be in a shanty or worry about hurricanes. Boom, just like that.
There you go.
I do like the Expo hats.
So do I.
I miss the Expos, period. Thank you.
I
Don't even care.
Chris, take us home, Chris. We got to get out of here.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, he must have to go down the stands.
Nope, not tonight. I got football media day tomorrow.
Sounds good. All right, guys. Hey, appreciate everybody tuning in for another episode of the Coach's Box Call Like We See It podcast. You guys can share, like, comment. You feel free to comment at any other time. We appreciate that. If you are watching, feel free to go on YouTube and hit a couple likes for us. Might share it, whatever. But we do appreciate you guys tuning in for another episode. And as Jim alluded to, we will see you guys all in a couple of weeks. Until then, take care then. Bye-bye now, and God bless.
This episode of the Coach's Box Call It Like We See It podcast is brought to you by Off the Rails Media. Life's more fun when you're off the rails.